1, 2, 3. Get your friends about the group chat, group chat. Wave your passwords in the air, air, air. The devil, he don't like it. Stomp that devil, stomp that devil. Oh, well, oh, well. All right, welcome back to Get Out the Group Chat. My name is Shavonna Marie, and you know why we're doing this. We're doing this because we want to see friendships grow. You heard us say it. Growth happens best in community. So I have some special guests here. I have the Joseph Mickens, best stylist on this side of heaven. He's interior, fashion. I mean, as you can see, he did all of this. And it's a dope set to me. So thank you for coming and joining us.
Glad to be here.
Barbie is back in the building, the culinary chef. She is the bomb. Promise you, if you're in Houston, look both of these people up. I promise you won't be disappointed at all. So welcome. All right. So, we're going to play a little game real quick. We start off with our game.
All right.
Hey, you ready? You ready? I need to get your phones out real quick.
Oh, okay.
So it's called Phone a Friend with a little twist. You know what I mean? So we're going to phone a friend. You have 10 seconds for that friend to answer my question. If they don't answer, you have to eat the mystery meal. If they answer and they get it wrong, you still got to eat that mystery meal. So let's get it. Get your people on the phone real quick so I can read this question to y'all. Let's see.
You gonna go first?
Nope, both of y'all gotta do it at the same time.
Oh,
it's the
my
first
gosh.
person to answer and get it right. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let's see who's gonna answer first.
Bro,
Barbara.
what you doing?
You automatically lost now. He got his person first.
You got like 5 minutes?
Tell me when we need
So,
5 minutes.
I'm on a podcast. I had to phone a
My
friend.
husband answered first.
So I'm going to be asked a question and you have to answer it. You got to answer it.
Speaker. All right, what is your friend name?
Sam.
All right, Sam, you are on Get Out the Group Chat podcast. And so I'm going to ask you a question. You have 10 seconds to answer. You ready? All right. What is Scotland's national animal? 10.
Are you kidding?
No. He don't know? Womp, womp, womp. It is a unicorn.
What?
I know you
I
lying.
was shocked.
A unicorn that doesn't exist?
Right.
An imaginary.
Right. Well, thank you, Sam. But Joseph now has to eat this mystery meal.
Oh, man. Well, thanks for trying.
I'm sorry.
All
bro.
right, Joe and Barbara, guess what you eat today?
Oh,
Can
my
you
God.
guess? It's gonna be some.
I'm sorry. It's a pepper and cream cheese. I forgot. I never told you the new thing.
It is Oh, it's not jalapeno.
It is a jalapeno.
Yeah, it says jalapeno and
Cream cheese.
cream cheese. Okay,
Strawberry cream cheese.
all right. So
3,
Boom.
2, 1, clap.
all right. So Joe and Barbara, the mystery meal is jalapeno and cream cheese, strawberry cream cheese. Take one and pass it down, Saints, because your person didn't answer and your person got it wrong. Go ahead. Grab one. This is what happened when you don't have friends to answer your phone call or friends who don't know the answer, guys.
First of all.
All right, you got 5 seconds.
First of all.
5.
My doctor said I can't.
Ah! No, you lied. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at the way Joseph did. What it tastes like? Tell me. Not bad?
That's not bad.
For
Not
real?
bad.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments. Try it at home and let me know. Do you think it's bussin' or disgusting?
Now I ain't going to take another bite.
You can put it back in there.
But,
I like it.
yeah.
Is it the cream cheese? Because it's strawberry cream cheese
It's
or
definitely the cream
it's the cream
cheese.
cheese?
cream
Okay.
cheese.
But it's
okay.
like,
Yeah, tell me.
it gives the jalapeno, like, it embraces the jalapeno.
Ooh, it's good.
Yeah.
You making me want to. y'all, should I try? I might have to try it.
I don't.
For
So I don't eat jalapenos. I don't eat peppers. I don't eat spicy stuff.
Wow.
Well, what I've realized is what I know for a fact, jalapenos are not spicy without the seeds.
Oh, really?
Okay. That
Well, it's
makes
very
sense.
fruity.
Huh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like
You said you wasn't gonna take another bite, Joe. You took another
But
bite,
see,
brother man.
it's
It
not
must be
even
good, brother.
it has, you know, but it has like the jalapeno flavor, but it's not spicy. Without the ribs and without those seeds, you don't get any heat.
All right, so obviously y'all love the little mystery, little food. We couldn't get you with that one. But we're going to move into our topic, which we're talking about singlehood versus marriage. So I just want to hear a little bit of like some pros on the singlehood, in a sense.
You want to go first? Okay. So some pros, I would say, like, thinking back, I had a little bit more time on my hands. I could go when I got ready.
Yep.
You know, I could go and do some things. I could, you know, my day was different.
Gotcha.
When I wasn't married, right? So it is a pro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, have some like sense of freedom that sometimes you kind of miss once you do get married. It's not that you don't want to be married. It's just that you miss those moments of, you know, of quiet time that you have alone and not having to, you know,
that's good.
Consider the other person.
Yeah.
And how they feel because you're being alone. So
right. What about you? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same. The first thing that came to mind is that you have less to consider. And it's not that considering is bad, because you find enjoyment out of considering someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have less to consider when you're single.
Gotcha.
Your hands you can be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
There's more things that you can do when you're single. But
that's kind of like, you know, I like my little singlehood where I, you know, can do what I want. I ain't got to answer to nobody, you know. But I do want to get married, so I'm not like negating that part.
Yeah.
But like right now, I love my little singlehood, you know, where I can go and fly when I want to and do all that good stuff. So yeah. So what is some cons you can tell me about singlehood?
Fighting loneliness.
Because it get lonely.
I mean, you think you're lonely now.
Wait
until the night.
Oh,
it gets so lonely sometimes. And so you're yearning for companionship. So that was the most dreadful part of the waiting process. Like, you know, because you can busy yourself throughout the day, right? Yeah. You're out doing things with your friends, with your family, whatever. But when it comes, like, when everything kind of settles, it's like, I don't have nobody really tell what I did today. You know, like, this is bomb today, or I'm struggling with something mentally. I really need somebody to kind of help me process, you know, what I experienced today. So, want to go out to eat, want to go to movies, you know, go on dates. It gets lonely.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, like, parallel to that, you don't have accountability. You do, and it's good to have like friends. Yeah. What goes on behind closed doors?
Correct.
Right. What goes on when you're by yourself, and you know.
Exactly.
So there's a next level, you know, accountability that you have to have when you're single, because when you're married, you know, you're there with your considered best friend, your partner.
Exactly.
And you can lean on them in different ways that you can't do when you're
single. Would you say that's the pro in being married then?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, because I get that, because just think about it, like, if we're going on a diet together, like, we're supposed to work out and do all these things, I can't hide that from my husband, that I'm not working out.
That's the accountability.
That I'm not eating right.
Gotcha.
I didn't drink my water today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that accountability is there. Or it just like my bank account, our bishop, he talks about us. He's like, if you want to know where your heart is, look at your bank account. And so one hard part about marriage was having to relinquish that and expose that to my husband.
Wow.
And I held it for a long time. Like, this my stuff, this my bank account. Because I knew that once I showed him, it was like,
accountability.
It's accountability.
Yeah.
Now I can't be running to McDonald's and getting 2 cookies and a cup of water.
He can see all that.
He see all
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he's holding me accountable to the goals that I said that I wanted to establish
good.
for myself.
Yeah.
So what advice in marriage that you kind of can give somebody like that's in that singlehood right now?
From a married,
Yeah,
from being married, giving
mhm.
someone that's single that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say enjoy every part of singlehood.
I heard that a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy it. Even though there are some times where, you know, like you're fighting loneliness, you're fighting these things, but enjoy all of it because you can get married, like you can get rushed into a situation and still be lonely.
It's the truth.
Jeez.
You can still be in a marriage and still they ain't holding you accountable because they don't care that much about the things you care about. So you can rush into situations because you're lonely, and the joke ain't sting you. You really gonna be, you can be really lonely in your marriage.
If you think you lonely now.
wait.
Okay. So, any tips for like the guys? I guess Joe in this.
Yeah, I would say like take some time to work on yourself.
That's good.
A lot of people don't really have this conversation, especially not with guys.
Yep, that's the problem.
As long as we, feel like we got the money, all of that. But there's more to marriage than just financial.
Yeah.
Say that one more time for the people in the
There's
back.
more to marriage than just financial.
Thank you.
So in life, I believe everybody goes through storms. Everybody has their thing that they've been through, dealt with.
Right.
And while you're single, you have full autonomy to work on that by yourself, with a therapist, with God, with friends, with family.
Yes.
When you're married, you're bringing in two worlds that have their own separate experiences, and now you got to figure it out together.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is good, which can happen.
Yeah.
But again, you don't have full autonomy in that space. So now that you have full autonomy when you're single, take the time to assess where you are, where you've been, where you want to go, and make the proper adjustments.
And I think that's the journey I'm kind of on right now is like, what can I work on, Shay? Like, what can I work on? That way I'm not bringing all the baggage in my marriage or whatnot. So, that's great advice. Make sure y'all take that advice.
Can I add
go
to
ahead.
that?
Yep.
I mean, I would encourage women to be your full self, like discover all the things about yourself, the things you like, that you don't like, that you want to change. If you want to switch out careers, do all of that. It's like to explore more options while you're single. Too. Just
that's good.
Discover who you really are. Because just think about it. You don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You get married. And now everybody's discovering. We get to a point where now we're going to counseling, and I really don't like myself, or you start to change, and that person like, listen, I married you for now you're totally different.
Wow.
It's unfair. I know we are always evolving.
But
it's like do some self work before, because I can't imagine my married self now. If I hadn't gone to counseling and start going in June of 2019.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So really work on self first. Because I think some, and I guess women or men, I guess is the same, but it's like we shoot for just the merit part and not looking at self to heal and to get the help we need.
And truly, when you think about it, when I think of marriage, I think of surrendering myself.
Correct.
So a lot of people think of marriage like, I want a wife that can do this and do that. And but what you bringing?
Like what you bringing to this table?
Marriage is servanthood.
It is.
It's not only receiving. And honestly, the way that you receive in the highest form is giving the most.
Yep, that's true. That's
how marriage is reciprocal.
Yeah, that's good. So what do you guys think is the most difficult for being a wife or a husband? What's the most difficult?
What's the most difficult? For me?
Or how difficult is it being a wife or a husband?
Let me think about it for a second. I can just think about some challenges I've had or I'm currently experiencing as a wife. Just learning, just going through therapy with my husband now.
Okay. Get y'all therapy couple. Okay.
I'm here for it.
Listen, I encourage everybody, married, single, everybody need a counselor.
Yeah.
But listening to a different viewpoint that he might be afraid to tell me because he don't know how I'm going to receive it. So in the past, I would view him, okay, if he's not communicating right now, is that, oh, you mad at me, about something. And instead of me just trying to dig and trying to figure out what it is, like, what is it? Why are you not talking to me? Like, what's going on? Like, talk to me, say something, He was processing things at a different rate than I would. Oh. So he's looking at it from a whole nother perspective. And I'm looking like, you ain't saying nothing to me. I need you to talk to me.
Sounds like another friend I have.
Yeah, it's hard, So now learning, okay, if he's not communicating, it's not that he don't like me no more, or he's mad at me. Yeah. He's processing something. Okay. And I'll let him process it. I'm only gonna give you 2 days. You got but 2 days not to say nothing. 2 days. But after a while, he'll start to break down, or he'll say, well, this is what bothered me. And
But you wouldn't have had that if y'all didn't probably do therapy, huh?
Yeah, we just would have been mad at each other.
Exactly. What's like the most difficult for you as being a husband, Nicholas?
I would say, so counterwise, I would say the way that I process things is completely different than how my wife would process.
Is that a male thing?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
That's what my counselor said. He said it's just.
I'm trying to see. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because women have way more words in one day than a man does, and so what we're thinking about is probably on rotation, or even if it's just slowed down because we're thinking at a evaluating pace, right? So yeah, there's that. And then there's the side of I'm trying to be careful saying this.
This the group chat. This the group chat. So in the group chat, you say what you want in the group chat. Now come on and say
I'll say this. A man that really cares about his family and wants to see progression in family, there's a sense of visionary there. Okay. Visionaries sometimes have difficulty seeing the future, but when your current environment doesn't look like your future, it makes it's frustrating. And sometimes you feel less than, sometimes you feel inadequate, sometimes you feel like I don't even deserve to show up to this space. Wow. So on the outside looking in, oh, you don't want to be here. You're not committed. You're not invested. Wow. You don't really care about me. And it's not that. Right. We're processing something different internally. Wow. So those are some of the things that I would say is difficult about being a husband sometimes, because there are ups and downs and you're not always up. Yeah. And in those down moments, it's hard to coexist together.
So how would you navigate that?
Well, from a wife's perspective, because this right here, I'm talking to my brother, but it's like, dang. It's my husband. It's like the same type. Yeah. It's weird. Okay. So from my perspective, during those times, I have to be more intentional, even though I'm curious and I'm trying to figure out what's going on and kind of slight irritated, because I'm human.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have to make sure I'm like, hey, sending some words of affirmation and encouragement to kind of, because I already know what you're thinking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I already know that you're processing through that. So let me do what I can to reassure you that you're supposed to be here. Yeah. Like you deserve to be here. Right. Yeah. We love you. So you're doing a great job. So being more intentional about encouraging him, even when he's feeling not so great about himself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
And the good thing in doing that is that when our spouse, or me speaking from, being a husband, when my wife needs her space or she needs encouragement or I can then do that because, again, it's reciprocal. Mm-hmm. She's done it for me. Why wouldn't I do it for her?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's good.
There are some times where, you're not feeling like they're doing it for you and you still got to do it anyway. Exactly. You still got to show up anyway. But the beauty in that is, like, love is unfailing.
Yeah.
True love is unconditional, is unfailing.
Yeah.
And eventually, I would say it doesn't go unrecognized. If you keep sowing seeds,
Yeah.
you know, you're bound to see a harvest.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Do you think, and I'm just going to add, this wasn't one of the questions, but like, if you did not have God, would you?
You can stop right there.
Yeah.
Nah, keep going.
Like, does that make a difference?
Listen, I'll say this. I say this all the time. That people better be glad to have Jesus.
That's good.
You know, it's like if I didn't know him, if I didn't have the Holy Spirit who is walking with me, like, girl, do that. Don't say that. That's out of line. Get that thought out of your mind, because if you act on it, this is the consequences for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have Jesus and the Holy Spirit walking and talking with me daily, I wouldn't be married.
You're gonna rap.
Oh no.
I don't know how people do it.
I don't either.
Like,
how are you living?
How?
But that's where. So I'm gonna go to another question. Like, so what? Like the pressures from society. What do you guys get when, even from singlehood and marriage? Like, what was that pressure like? And from the society standpoint, like, what kind of pressures were you getting in singlehood and now in your marriage?
I'm gonna be honest. Okay? This is an honest space, right?
Yes, this is the get out the group chat, baby.
First of all, people glorified marriage, okay, and without telling the truth.
That's good.
So as a single woman, you trying to figure out, like, oh, I want that, right? Because everybody, they will show just the sweet side of their relationship, and never talked through or expressed how, okay, well, today was difficult, but this is how I overcame it, so we can get back to this place, right?
Gotcha,
So you go in and you thinking, okay, well, they did, I can too, and that couple, they thrive, and I can do this too, and it's a lot of work going to this, so it's like, people need to be more honest. I think we need to have more open and honest conversations. So, like, I'm grateful for this podcast, because people need to know it is hard work. Like, you just don't leave singlehood and go into marriage and it's all glamorous. No, that's when real work happens.
That's the truth.
On yourself, and now you have to be accountable to somebody else, and they're accountable to you. It's extra work. So
I think that part is definitely needed, because I'm in my single, so it makes it seem like all is sweet. Like, it's just, marriage is, you got your husband, everything is perfect. And it's like, and I think I'm glad I have the friends that I have, because I can see each part, from different, I have a married friend who doesn't have kids, a married friend who does have kids. Like, so I can see all aspects. And so it lets me know, like, how, when I have my husband, like, how to do it. You know what I mean? So
and every relationship is different. But seeing how your friends, like, walk through situations, it can teach you a lesson. Like, I might not need to do that.
Exactly.
Or I might need to do more of that. Like, that work. Like, that's good. True. Like, I need to take that on. I can, because we all thrive off of each other. So it's all a lesson.
Yeah. And so for you, Joe, since you're, Black man in America, married, that's very rare, out here in these streets. So like, what did you get from society from being single and now, being married?
Being single, honestly, depending on what society you're around, because people don't really, some people don't encourage Black men to get married.
No.
Like, go out there, do what you do.
So your little oat, like,
right? Like, how many you got?
Yeah.
But then you're older people, I hate saying older people, but older crowd, they will encourage you if they see that you're ambitious,
right?
And that you're going after something. They'll encourage you to keep going. So it honestly, I think is who you choose to surround yourself with.
So do you think you had a great group of friends when you were single?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they hold you accountable on things?
For sure.
That's good. Yeah. Okay.
So I guess I chose to close out the negative comments from society.
So do you have, like, any pressures of, like, being a husband? Like, do you?
From a societal view,
or a certain type of husband.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's been a thing. Like I follow people on Instagram. Instagram is child. It can be real one moment,
It'll
fake the
fool
next.
you.
Yeah.
It'll fool
I'm
you.
talking about in the same slide.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Not in the same slide.
you never know.
Yeah.
It'll,
But the pressures to be, make sure you're at home cooking for your kids, and you're loving on your husband. Those
Gotcha.
things that should happen.
Yeah.
But it's like
That's the only thing.
they took all day to make all these reels. This is really not what they're really doing. They set the camera up. The camera is there, Barbara.
Exactly.
So it's like doing it this way. Like it's pressure. So
Yeah.
taking a break from social media, is definitely needed to kind of cleanse yourself.
decompose. Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll be out here buying certain things because
Keep
that
up.
looks like that works for their marriage, and you'll do too much.
Yeah.
And it's not even real.
Yeah.
So just taking a break from all of that, all those influences, will help you and help your perspective on what's in front of you.
Yeah. I know what I'll say. From a man's standpoint, being married, not stopping to take a break or reevaluate or reassess, just that on demand, get it done. So
that's the pressure of
the pressure.
Like you got to make it happen because you the man, you the husband, you got to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Which is true because we're providers.
Yeah.
But we also need time to reevaluate or self-reflect so we can keep progressing.
So how do you get past that pressure point in a sense? Like what do you specifically do to get past that? Do you just like don't listen to it? Like, hey, I'm on my own in my own lane?
So I'm really big on self-care.
Okay.
I will do whatever it takes.
Gotcha.
I'll go to the movies. I may go shopping, depending on what's in my budget.
Big shopping.
I'm in therapy.
Okay, good.
So I make sure that I am okay.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. So I'm gonna jump to another question for you. What would you rate your friend groups that you have? 1 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Ooh, okay. Barbie?
This is interesting. And I say that because I don't view myself now like I'm looking to get better in 2024.
Okay.
I don't really like look at myself as a good friend right now because of trying to take care of myself and my family. So I'm not able to be there.
Gotcha.
Show up in friendships.
Gotcha.
The ones that are close to me and far. Yeah. Like I miss stuff. It's just a lot. So I don't consider myself to be excuse me, the best friend at the time. But my friends are great.
Your friends are great. So you'll rate them what, 9, 10, what are they, 8?
No, I'll say 9.
9? Okay. All right. So
that's real.
How do you maintain relationships with your friends? Like I know you just said you're working on it in 2024. You're going to work on it, everything like that. So how do you maintain those friendships? Like what do y'all do to maintain those friendships? How does that look? Because you're both married, so how does that look?
So for me, I try my best to be an intentional person.
Okay, gotcha.
So I pay attention to people's love languages. So I try to love them the way that they receive love, not just the way that I give it.
That's good.
And I've learned that that's been very helpful.
So you pretty much know your friends' love languages and stuff?
Yep.
That's good. So that's a good thing to know, people out there.
It is.
Learn your friends' love language.
And just ask them.
Yeah.
It's quizzes.
Yep.
You can give to your friends, your family. Everybody needs to know. You need to know if you have any type of relationship with anybody.
Yeah.
That you value and that's like that you love.
Yes.
Give them the quiz so you can see, because I gave it to my husband. I have it, but I gave it to my daughter, my 14-year-old too.
Yeah.
And we plan to give it to our other children, our
That's
older
good.
kids.
That's
just
good.
because you can be giving it in one way.
Yep.
And not catching it.
The folks were like, child, that's cute.
Yeah.
Because I got a friend, she don't like, for her birthday, she don't like flowers and stuff. But then if the person gives flowers, it's like, oh, that's sweet. Thank you. But she's like, I really don't like that, So
Yeah.
you got to be more intentional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So great job, y'all. We're going to go into our next segment, and it's on friendship stories. Okay. So you're going to listen to the story, and then you're going to tell me what you think about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Started getting excluded as I was single, no kids, didn't own a house, and liked to travel. My friends' wives didn't feel I fit, so made sure I wasn't invited to anything. Apparently, I was a bad influence. Friends of 15 years being so easily influenced. Found a new group of friends now. Old ones reached out to me not long ago. Told them to F off. What are your thoughts on that?
Whew, that's a lot to unpack.
I mean,
I think so. I'm guessing this is a male because you said friends' wives.
Yeah.
Honestly, the first thing that came to mind hearing that is that maybe you a little loose out here. You out here, bro.
Okay.
So
I can see
being
that.
a wife, like, hey, you ain't going out with Keon. You can tell him.
Keon do too much.
Right. So maybe he should take some time to reevaluate his position and his stance with his friends, and is he respecting them being married?
Okay, but I'm gonna let you.
I'm about to say it's all about respect, and so you can be single. I mean, because we have friends that are single and married, right? Yep. But you just have to respect people and their boundaries and respect their relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
You just can't be.
But what if he ain't the friend that's really trying to turn up and y'all the wives just acting extra?
Then you know what? I think that requires a healthy conversation to happen.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to harvest stuff that's
because that's 15 years of friendship.
Yeah,
like,
you don't
y'all
want to
throwing that away because y'all got married now. I don't know. I would feel some type of way.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
No, I get
because I'm single, so I guess that's
no. I understand that because sometimes people get married and they'll like have people to encourage you. Well, don't be hanging out.
Yeah, I don't like
single
that.
folks now because you married.
I
do not believe in that.
Hence our friend group.
We don't believe in none of that.
We don't believe in
I need
that.
y'all. Okay?
Right.
I need to laugh. I need to go out and do something.
So thank y'all for being on. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and catch us back on Get Out the Group Chat. Peace.
Peace.
We all did.
We did.
You said peace.
We all did.